Welcome back. Glad you're here. Imagine giving everything you have to someone, your time, energy, resources, only to find that it doesn't lead to the loyalty you are expecting. It's a harsh truth, but here it is. Women's loyalty doesn't work the way most men think it does. You might believe that by sacrificing and constantly proving your worth, you can guarantee her loyalty, but that's not how it works. In fact, the more you try to prove yourself, the faster you might push her away. So why is that? It all comes down to a simple yet powerful truth. Women aren't loyal to what you do for them. They're loyal to how you make them feel. This may seem like a subtle distinction, but it's one that will change the way you approach relationships forever. Once you understand this, everything you thought you knew about loyalty and love will make perfect sense. Most men are taught a lie from the very beginning. Be nice, be supportive, do more, give more, they are told. And so they invest everything, time, money, emotional labor, hoping that this will be the key to winning loyalty. In the beginning, it might seem to work. She appreciates the gestures, enjoys the attention, and benefits from the effort. But there's a dangerous misconception here. Appreciation does not equal loyalty. Comfort doesn't equal desire. Here's the first key psychological truth. Women attach to emotional experiences, not effort. It's not about how much you do, but how she feels when she's with you. You could give her everything, provide care, be attentive, but if the emotional experience fades, so does her attachment. Think about this. Some men do very little, yet women are completely captivated by them, while other men who give everything they've got still end up getting replaced. It's not about luck, it's about psychology. Female loyalty is rooted in emotional connection, not in a scorecard of effort. Now here's the real game changer. Women are loyal to how a man makes them feel about themselves, not to his consistency or his sacrifices. It's not about earning loyalty through actions, it's about embodying a certain identity. When you start overgiving to secure her loyalty, you send a message that you're afraid of losing her, and fear kills attraction. This fear often leads to desperation. Think about it. When you're constantly trying to prove your worth, what are you really communicating? That you don't already believe you're enough. Women can sense this desperation, even if it's unspoken, and when they do, their attraction begins to fade. This is where men go wrong. They mistakenly think that by doing more, they'll secure loyalty, but this constant proving only creates insecurity, and it's insecurity that drives women away. And here's the truth that many men refuse to acknowledge. Women don't leave when a man is bad, they leave when a man becomes emotionally weak. When a man starts reacting rather than leading, when he seeks validation instead of establishing boundaries, when he over-explains himself rather than standing firm, this is when loyalty begins to slip away. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. I've seen it too many times. A man who was once confident, strong, and grounded slowly starts to become insecure. He starts asking, "Are we okay?" more often. He apologizes for things that don't need an apology. He needs constant reassurance, and as this emotional shift happens, so does her emotional distance. It's not that she doesn't care, it's that the emotional connection has fundamentally changed. She might still appreciate him, but the loyalty, that's gone. Now let's talk about the power of identity. This is a game-changing truth that most men completely overlook. Women aren't loyal to your personality or your efforts. They're loyal to your identity. This might sound like a subtle difference, but it's the core reason why some men can effortlessly maintain loyalty while others struggle despite their best efforts. When your identity is strong, when you know who you are and what you stand for, your actions matter less. A man who walks away when disrespected, who doesn't collapse emotionally, and who doesn't beg for attention, conveys a high level of internal value. It's this internal value that draws women in and keeps them loyal. Think about the man who doesn't chase after every validation, who isn't always available, and who doesn't apologize for things that aren't his fault. These actions communicate strength, and it's this strength that attracts loyalty. On the other hand, a man who continually seeks approval, who is desperate for reassurance, or who becomes emotionally dependent, is signaling weakness, and women are not loyal to weakness. This is one of the hardest pills for many men to swallow. They believe that if they're kind, if they give, if they do everything right, they'll earn loyalty. But the truth is, loyalty isn't something you earn by giving more. It's something that's inspired by who you are as a person. When you have a strong identity, loyalty naturally follows. But when your identity is weak, no amount of effort will make her stay. So, how do you build that identity? It starts with self-respect. When you respect yourself, your boundaries, and your values, you naturally attract people who respect you in return. Self-respect is the foundation of loyalty, and without it, no amount of effort will make a woman stay. Women are loyal to men who are clear about who they are, who have direction in their lives, and who can stand firm without needing constant validation. Now, this doesn't mean that you should be cold or indifferent. It's not about being emotionally unavailable or distant. It's about being emotionally self-sufficient. It's about knowing that your value doesn't depend on how much you give, or how much someone else validates you. When you have this internal strength, loyalty flows towards you naturally. Another key to understanding loyalty is recognizing the difference between obligation and loyalty. There's a major difference here, and most men confuse the two. A woman can feel obligated to you. She might appreciate you, feel comfortable with you, or even feel indebted to you for the things you've done, but that doesn't mean she's loyal to you. Obligation is a mental tally of what you've done for her. Loyalty, on the other hand, is deep and emotional. It's about the connection she feels with you and the respect she has for you. When a woman stays out of obligation, she's mentally keeping score. She's counting what you've done and weighing it against what she's received. But when she stays out of loyalty, there's no scorecard. She stays because of who you are, not because of what you've provided for her. This is why the men who make the mistake of overgiving often end up losing the woman. They think that by giving more, they'll secure her loyalty, but all they're doing is creating a sense of obligation, and obligation is fragile. It's based on what's been given, not on who the man is. Loyalty, on the other hand, is stable. It's built on respect, emotional connection, and identity. When a woman feels emotionally aligned with the man she's with, she stays because of the bond they share, not because of what he gives her, and this is the loyalty that lasts. Let's talk about momentum now, because this is another key factor that women are loyal to. Women are not loyal to the past, they are loyal to the present and the future. When a man is moving forward in life, when he's